to KWKCON. That's spelled KON, by the way, Shawn. I am your host. My name is Jeff. Joining me, as always, my real life brother, Scott. Also, Joe from KWK and the creator himself, the man. We're here to celebrate you, Shawn Ng. Welcome to 2025 KWK.
Okay, now you're making me sound like a dictator. Like, yeah,
Okay.
all hail to the king or something.
No, you are far from that. Trust me.
No,
Shawn, welcome to KWKCon. We are here to celebrate you, show off some new figures today, kind of get a little details regarding your club as well. Oh, okay. You're just
already.
You're just doing this right off the bat.
Joe, you did such a great work. I'm just going to say
Thank
that.
you.
But yeah, I'm going to show more.
I'm
going to show more about that in a bit.
Well, Shawn, why are you doing this right off the bat, man? That was
we couldn't wait.
Yeah, dude.
I think he's just doing it to make me jealous because he knows how much I want these in hand.
Shawn, we will get to you in a sec. Joe, how are you doing?
Good. How are you guys? It's good to see you.
Great. We've had Shawn many times on the show, so just kind of want to get your background into KWK.
Yeah, sure. So Shawn and I have known each other for a while. I actually did, I think, your first podcast interview once you launched KWK, Shawn.
Right.
If I remember correctly.
Right. Yeah.
And, we were just like pals or whatever then. And then I want to say it was about a year or so later. It was after Mantar and PN News were released. Brought me on to kind of help just resize some stuff for you because you were kind of going through that transition like with some teammates and stuff like that, and then it kind of just quickly evolved into me doing some of the sculpting and then all of the sculpting for you, and now I'm just having a grand old time over here doing a lot of fun stuff for you. I like long walks on the beach, and I don't know what else you want, but yeah.
And walk the dogs, maybe, and stuff like that, right?
I do.
Yeah, I know you. I'm just playing.
Me too, Joe. Me too. I like those long walks on the beach as well.
We can get together sometime, Scott.
Yeah, all right. If you're ever out
What is that? The East Coast West Coast connection right now?
Sure, why not?
We'll meet in
bring me along, maybe the far East Coast. How about that?
Shawn, you've already shown off the big reveal today, the well done figures that you have produced.
We already on pre-order.
Yes, you are. You want to get into that as well?
It's basically there are two variants. I don't know if you can see it here. Here's the prototypes at the back. We have two variants, the blue card and the red card, now available across all our distributors. And also these two that you guys have seen. These ones are the exclusive, limited 200 for J and J figures. They have told us that they have sold very well so far. Awesome. I think across the board, within the last, what was it? Right now it's like 15 hours. We have done approximately about 200 right now. So, overall across the board. So, I'm glad.
Good.
Yeah.
And would you be able to hold those up to the camera one more time, please?
Okay. Here you go.
There you go.
And I know how people were like, there were some people saying, oh, how come they're on opposite posts? But those that question it, they probably forgot one thing. And that's when Well Done had the finisher, it was a double DDT. Which is why we decided to go on this post. And
we decided that like super early on.
Sorry, we decided that a long time ago.
Yeah. That was like
right after we signed them.
Well Done. Okay, we're doing the Mr. Perfect pose, but we're gonna mirror it so they can do the double DDT.
I mean, I can take a Crush figure because Crush Hasbro was like kind of tiny, but if you have a look at it, they are similar size. So that's like pretty much the closest we can get in terms of for those that are talking about sizes and stuff like that. And one of the thing is that I have heard people saying maybe the ribbon, maybe the bow tie is a little bit too big. So when I head down to the factory on Monday, I'm going to sit down with the factory and let them know. So, we'll reduce that for sure. Yeah.
And they will be in different variants as well.
Yeah, there are 3 variants that we have. Variant A is the blue card. Well, we don't really have A, B, and C anymore. We just kind of eliminated that. So right now we have a blue card. We have the red card version. The red card version is the hot pink outfit that they had. I just somehow like the hot pink outfit so much that I decided to go with it. Okay, there you go. That's the one. And then the blue card was the more recognizable gear that they had, which was like the black and the bluish purple, as you can see here. And then the last one is the one that's in color. Now, here's one interesting fact that I think some people don't know about, and I'm going to talk about it. The variant, the blue variant, the blue card variant, okay, the singlet on the back, they do not have the Well Done logo, because the original singlet did not have that. But for the other 2, at the back, they do have the Well Done logo. Okay. So, between the front and the back, they both have it. So that's one distinguishment that, when we looked at the gear and we really went to it and we really talked to the factory and go, hey, look, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that and stuff. So, that's where we went with.
Detail's a big deal. It's going to go a long way with collectors too. Nice job on that, you guys.
What's that?
The detail, the attention to detail for the back of the singlets. That goes a long way with collectors. So great job. Just wanted to say well done, you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
No pun.
Well
no
done.
pun.
Yeah.
No pun.
Nice.
Yeah, well done. I mean, initially we were planning on, and that's something you guys don't know, because I think Joe knew about this because we sort of talked about it. Initially, we were planning on having Well Done and Barry Horowitz to come out together in one single month. The idea was basically the promotion was Well Done, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah.
So, it was so like corny, but I kind of loved it. So
yeah, it kind of worked that way, we thought, and then suddenly we were thinking, okay, maybe spread out a little bit more. So that's what happened. I do have the Barry Horowitz samples in front of me, by the way.
Oh, let's show those off real quick.
Yeah. These 2, 2 different variants here, because you guys know we did 4 variants on Barry Horowitz.
Right.
Once I get down to the factory on Monday, I'm going to look at that and see how the final production goes. They should have been ready, but we have a little bit of issue with the glitter on the suspenders, and we may have to change that. So that's why the slight delay, but I do expect we'll be done by middle of next week.
Okay. Did they do the back of that sample with the hands?
I already told them. So the sample did not have that, right? We talked about it, and it's gonna have the black hands on the butt. Nice. Yeah, because initially the factory was like, man, this is so difficult to do because it's not a flat surface for them to apply the stuff on. And I go, you cannot just let it go. You have to put them on there. So they put it on there. Gave him a bit of headache, but then again, I sort of
he wrestled Undertaker in that gear, so
yeah,
that can be the match people recreate.
Oh, speaking of Undertaker, we got something today, right? We got something having to do with the Undertaker, but we talk about it later.
Okay. All right.
I was gonna say if we signed Undertaker, I wasn't aware. So
you didn't get the MO.
He might have a deal, Joe. I don't know. It could be.
Jeez. Okay.
But before we get into our special guest, our first special guest, I should say.
Yeah.
Let's go over all the places you can pre-order these figures at. Are you ready to run down the gamut?
Jeff, why don't you do it?
All right, I've got the list right
I'm
here.
recovering from COVID. Come on, give me a break.
You can't use that excuse on me. Let's go. All right, you can get the figures at J&J Figures, the Asylum Wrestling Store.com. You can also check out Squared Circle Toys eBay store as well in the United States. If you are in Canada, that's wrestlingmerch.com. Europe is wrestlingstore.eu. Australia, GoFigureCollectibles.com. And the UK and Asia, shopkwk.com. And also, Shawn, before we get into our guests, do you want to go over your club real quick, or do you want to get right to the guests and just jump into it?
Well, you want me to announce it or what? You want me to announce some of the signings?
Let's hold that off to the end. Let's kind of give them a little sprinkle right there.
Do we have people in the chat right now?
We have people viewing, but nobody's chatted yet.
Okay, well, they better be chatting because I'm giving this one away today.
To me, right?
Well, we're chatting right now, right? So
I'm chatting with you. Come on now.
Yeah, if they're chatting, they better be looking at this one because we're giving this one out today. So, this is the 5 of 22 Club Kfabe exclusive.
Suddenly
the
people are chatting, Shawn.
What's that?
Suddenly people are chatting.
Oh, lovely.
Look at that.
I assume I'm eligible for that giveaway, so I started.
Let's talk, right? But there we go. Sorry, I'm going a little crazy today. I have to be antsy, otherwise, I had too many Coke on me today. I had 2 balls of Coke, which is driving me crazy. But yeah, so we have the Max Moon here, and the back here, this card, I specifically made it that it's a COA. So only comes with figures. And in the future, we still going to have this COA, something like this, but the stickers in the front is going to be different because this one, it was purely done by accident, to be honest, which is why we slapped it on Club Kfabe as our first one. So these ones will not have numbers on the bottom of feet, which is why we did individual stickers on each and every single one of the back. To make the distinguishment. But for the future ones, we're not going to do that. So, for the future ones, you will have the 001 to 100 on the bottom of the feet, like Series 1 and Series 2 that we have done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And somebody can win that today, huh?
Yeah, somebody can win that today. So, yeah, I'll probably need to look at the YouTube
we have
a little bit.
KWK talent in the chat right now, too. On YouTube.
Ooh.
We got Wolfie.
Is it a new signing today that we have? Yeah, we do, right? I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today.
All right. Well, I'll get you back in line, man. I'll get you back in line. But I do want to introduce our first guest. Our first guest has been signed to the KWK line. And Scott, if you could admit him, please.
Specifically for Club Kfabe.
Club Kfabe, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's here. We are live, pal. So
I hope he's around. He sent me a message. Was waiting for him to be connected, I think, right?
So Shawn, can you go into, while we're connecting, can you go into a little bit about the club?
Okay, so basically, right. So basically, and we've heard a couple of collectors not happy to be in Club Kfabe. So, it's a personal invitation only club. Mm-hmm. So, and I've heard some people say, oh, Shawn's Cool Kids Club. But, number one, are you into collecting rare items, like, at the high price? Are you willing to do that? Number one. Number two, are you a loyal, KWK collector? So, to a point that you have purchased pretty much from the beginning all the way till now. Mm-hmm. And we have records from different distributors to show. Now, obviously, every now and then there may be parts where distributors have missed, and the details that they gave me may not be the case. And there were some send over and go, hey, you know what? I bought all these. How come I'm not in it? Once I saw that, I go, hey, man, you in? you know, and then there are those that have influential support and has a track record of being an influencer of sort that they are obviously part of the Club Kfabe. So you can be either of these elements, and you are welcome into the Club Kfabe. If you receive emails from Club Kfabe, which we have sent out 3 already, then you are in for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do they prove that they've purchased quite a few? Do they basically like send you proofs of purchase or something like that?
Well, they have to send me proof of purchase, or I have worked with distributors to so they have data, so they will provide me that data as well.
Okay.
And obviously the store itself, we have that data as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Shawn, we do have a question from somebody about the COA that comes with that Max Moon.
Right.
They asked if you're going to autograph it.
Oh, if I'm going to autograph it, I don't have an autograph, but my business email's on there. So, if they send it out to grading companies and stuff like that, they will be able to do it. And then, obviously they'll be able to contact me about it.
Okay, perfect. There we go. Thank you.
All right. And Mario, do we have you?
I think so.
You're not going to put a camera on, Leonard?
I think I'm pretty sure it's on.
We only seeing your name. Here we go. Yes.
Joining us is Mario Mancini, graced our television screens from 1984 to 1992 on WWF TV. Mario, how are you?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Doing all right. Before we get into your figure, I was watching an interview with you just recently, about a few months ago, and you mentioned that you do not like the term enhancement talent. And can you go into why you don't like that?
Well, because I sound like a human Viagra.
That's why I wanted to. I love that comment. And so, anyways, the host of that interview asked you if you like the term jobber, and you said, yes, you do.
Yes. And
why is that?
Well, you know what? Because, I'm doing a favor, and it's a job. I'm not over. Right. So the guy going over is over.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that's not is doing that job for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, you watch an episode of Seinfeld, right? And you got Jerry, Elaine,
Kramer and George
in a booth in a diner, right?
Yep.
And they're going through their banter. And in the background, you got the guy with the white hat and the apron, and he's going on the counter in the diner, right? Just in the background. He's enhancing the scene.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think I was not a lot more than that, but a little more than that.
Well, I definitely remember you on our TV screens every Saturday, so it's always a pleasure to have you. You were in WWF around the time that wrestlers started to get their LJNs and even into Hasbro era. Did any of the wrestlers ever talk about their figures?
Listen, I have one better than that. Me, Gino Carabello, I think Paul Roma was there, I think, SD Jones. We went to a ballroom. I forgot if it was the Waldorf Astoria, but we actually did a wrestling show on the day they debuted.
Oh.
And everybody was there the day the action figures debuted. And Scott, the only discussion these guys would make about their action figure was how much their check is going to be.
The royalties.
I'm that guy that'll hold it and go, hey, my mustache looks a little crooked, The mustache is going to be very important because I had that porn mustache. And of course, you can't put a tan Shawn on my action figure. It's got to be pale
Okay.
white because
Okay, Joe is our sculptor,
I'm
so
making-
you
never
know,
had a
make sure.
I'm making my notes here for you, Len.
one guy had the greatest comment because I have a fantastic sense of humor. So on a YouTube video, one of my matches, I looked down at the comments and it said, "Who can forget Mario Mancini with that porn stash and that pasty white skin?" That pasty white skin. I used to come back from the ring huffing and puffing and sweating, and Roma used to look at me and go, "Just can't sit in the sun for like a half an hour, tanning booth, something." You
And you're still working
know
with
what?
Paul. Oh, go ahead.
What I was always afraid of is as a kid, I never tanned. I got burned. And the thing that scared me the most was getting a sunburn on my back and hitting those ropes. That scared yeah. See the look on your face? Go
Yeah.
ahead. What about Roma?
You're actually a co-owner with Paul Roma over at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, correct?
Yeah. Roma and I have been very close for 41 years. And yeah, he is the face of Paradise Alley. He is the head instructor there. We're co-owners. I teach the newbies. We run Paradise Alley like the truth, right? So you walk into Paradise Alley and you got to come in Mondays and Tuesdays, and you're looking at me. And you go, "Oh, when do I go to Roma?" I go, "In time, you'll go to Roma." But since I'm one of the top 10 losers in pro wrestling history, I'm going to teach you how to bump. You want anybody else to teach you how to bump? And your answer should be, "No, I want you to teach me how to bump." Of course you do.
Did you ever collect any of your friends' action figures, whether it was LJNs or Hasbro's back in the 80s or 90s?
No. The sad part about wrestling in the 80s, sad and not sad, is that kayfabe was really strong. It was really strong, and it was a code. We were all professionals, and we were all. It was a very strong camaraderie. So now, when I come into the law firm in 1995, to try to learn this business, finish college, and go to law school, the partner's like, "Got any pictures?" I go, "Pictures of what?" "You and Snuka, you and Hogan, I go, "No." He goes, "You never took any pictures?" I go, "Are you out of your mind? You called me Mark." So to actually take an action figure is a little around the same lines there. I actually went to Vince. He loved it. And he didn't make it. And so we used to call him Caesar because he was the ruler of the empire. So I said, "Caesar, can I talk to you for a minute?" He went, "Sure, Mario." "Sure, Mario." I said, "Can I get an action figure?" He goes, "You want an action figure?" I go, "Yeah, my action figure's kind of unique." He goes, "What's so unique about your action figure?" I go, "It comes with a stretcher, 2 paramedics, and an ambulance." And he went, "I love that." He goes, "I love that." I went, "Hey."
That's fantastic. Did you ever, before we get into your action figure with Shawn, one more question. Was there ever any talk of maybe putting you on any merchandise? Because at that time, Vince was pumping out a lot of merchandise, whether it was cereal bowls or.
Yeah. No, never.
Okay.
Since Hogan's passing, of course, a lot of things have been on social media. Millions of things have been on social media. And the one thing I had one myself when I was 5 years old. It was a clown. It had the heavy sand on the bottom, and it was a blow up, and you punched it, and it
Yep.
came back.
Yep.
That definitely should have been me. They made one of those of Hulk Hogan. You're over there pounding on Hulk Hogan. No, should have been me.
People wanted Mario and Iron Mike Sharp and right.
Yeah.
So on this live, you've already asked for the porn stash. What other requests have you asked of Shawn for your figure?
Well, I asked Shawn, since kind of like when you see my profile when I was younger,
Uh-huh.
people say I looked just like Ron Jeremy, but I didn't possess what Ron Jeremy had. So I told Shawn
Mhm.
when the trunk part of no, I didn't tell him that. Listen, Shawn got a hold of me. Um, Shawn got a hold of me, and basically, um, I said to him, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, how you want to do it, you just let me know, and the answer will be yes. And I read the read the contract, and here I am. I go to law
I'm
school.
sorry, Leonard, about the
Oh, I
contract.
got if I didn't go to law school, I didn't care. I'm looking at this. Basically, what when you sign on for a cable company and you sign the contract for service, you sign for your cell phone, right? It's called a contract of adhesion, right? So the cable company goes, okay, this is the package. It's $179 a month. You can't go, I give you 159. It's a one-sided contract of adhesion. So I'm like, sure, nobody in their right mind would sign this contract. I go, but I'm gonna. I go, and we're on a live, and I told him not to tell anybody I ever signed that. But you know what? You know why I signed that contract? My
What's that?
grandson just turned 1. He's in the other room. And before I die, I want him to be able to sit on the floor and, maybe get a Spider-Man doll and a Mario Mancini doll and go at it. And you know what? And when he gets older and somebody goes, who's that action figure? And he goes, that's my pop-up. Your grandfather has an action. Yeah, my grandfather has an action figure. So what I'm trying to say is there's a lot more in life than money. There's so much more to life than money. And
And I'm
I feel fortunate that it's just going to get made because I've been trying. Like, I have a great story for you guys.
sure.
So Roma goes about, it's got to be like 3 or 4 years ago now. He goes, hey, you want to take a ride with me and my daughter? I'm like, where? He goes, we're going to go to Jersey. Going to go see Zombie Sailor. Come with me. I said, okay. So we go down to see the guy for Zombie Sailor. We're there and we're talking, and his daughter's right there. And it's a personal joke between myself and Roma's daughter now. So Roma, again being my brother, looks at the guy and says, "You think you can make an action figure, Mario?" And he's like, the molds are so expensive. That's the biggest expense of the action figure is the mold. It's so expensive. He goes, I tell you what, we can make the head and then we can take body parts of different action figures and Frankenstein an action figure together for you. And I just went like this to Roma's daughter. And she went, and she just started laughing. So every time I see her now, I go, I'll say, I'll Google pictures of Frankenstein and I'll send them to her. She'll start laughing. You know what I mean? So, um, I'm very happy about this, and I really on air in front of whoever on record on tape. I really don't care. I hope Shawn makes thousands of dollars from it. I hope he calls me and goes, listen, I got to make another 500 of these things. Knock yourself out. God bless you. Make your money. Just give me some action figures because
You know what? Okay, Leonard, just on the record, so people watching don't think that I'm undercutting you here.
No.
No. Hold on,
Let
hold
me
on, hold on.
finish
Let me
the
finish. Let
story.
me
Let me
finish.
finish this.
No,
Let me
no.
finish
Let me
the
finish.
story. Shawn
Okay.
told me this is going to be in a very expensive venture. That's why it is what it is, because the production cost of it is so high. There's almost no room for profit. You got that, Shawn? That's
Yeah.
what you said to me. Right.
Yeah,
So
that's
everybody
exactly
calm
what I said.
down. This man is not taking advantage of me. Calm down. Yeah, no, the price of it's so high, there's barely any margin for profit. So you know what I mean? So Sean's a straight guy. Don't think, he's getting over on me.
He's not gonna Frankenstein you.
He's not Frankenstein in me. And well,
Although I think I might need to sculpt like a Frankenstein variant for you.
Yeah.
It's a
Now
one
that
of
I'm
one,
thinking
Joe.
about
It's a
it.
one of
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I felt horrible because, I went to Tony Altomar's wrestling school in October of 1983, and I went in the ring. I felt very comfortable. He taught me how to bump, my first bump, and I was bumping around, and I was getting the hang of it, and I really fell in love with it. And I went home, and my brother, who's 12 years older than me, said, "Well," I said, I'm going to do it next year in 1984. He goes, "Why?" I go, "Because it's $3,000." And I was 17 years old. I was a senior in high school. I go, I got to save money. He goes, and that was a Saturday. He went, so this is also what Sean's doing for me, which means everything to me. So we get up on Sunday morning. He goes, "Oh, good, you're up. Get in your car and follow me." I go, "Why can't I just go with you?" He goes, "Get in your car and follow me." I go, "Okay." So I'm following him. I'm like, where we're going, I'm behind him. He pulls into Passarella's Quest. I get out of the car. I go, "What are you doing?" So we go in. He walks over to Tony Altomar. He's got a thick envelope with $3,000 in it. He goes, "Here, you better not kill my brother." And Altomar looked at me and said, "Get in the ring." And I looked over at my brother in disbelief, and he goes, "You give it everything you got."
Whoa.
So now I'm in Vegas for WrestleCon this past WrestleMania, putting videos up on Facebook. Video goes by with Roma's action figure. My brother texts me, "Where's your action figure?" I said, "But I don't have one." He goes, "Who do I have to write a check to?" I said, "No, no, 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 no. You've done enough. You've done enough." And I think that was like in March or April. And, here we are in July, and Sean gets a hold of me shortly after that. And he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Yes, yes, for two people, my grandson and my brother." You know what I mean? So I can go to his house and go, "Here." And I guarantee you guys, he will cry tears. He will. So when I say there's things more precious in this life than trying to, you know, because Sean won't admit it. He probably won't say anything bad, but I will, because I'm a retired wrestler, and I was there, and I was in the business, and I'm still in the business, and I still do conventions. These guys want oh, you want to make an action figure of me? You're gonna have to give me $5,000. But these guys want their money. You know what I mean? They're older now. They're in their 60s, their 70s. They spent all their money. They want their money. You know what I mean? So it makes me happy that he could call somebody like me, who decided after wrestling to go and get an education. I love Paradise Alley. That's why I run it. I don't pay my bills from it. Pay my bills for my day job. You know what I mean? So people who get rear-ended, you know what I mean? Have you been injured in a car accident? So, so Sean kind of picked the perfect guy, because I'm like, "Yeah, man, you go ahead. Well, we need to do that. Okay, go ahead. You sure you want it? Go ahead." That's all.
So Sean and Joe, this question's posed to you guys. Have you guys already started work on kind of what Mario's figure is going to look like?
We actually discussed that
Yeah.
long before I even signed Leonard on the deal, believe it or not. And Leonard never told you about this one. So we have been thinking of having a bomber jacket mold for you. So it's an entire new mold, from head to toe, basically.
So the red one?
Haven't decided on a color yet. But do you want the red one instead of the black?
That was the first one I ever had. It unfortunately went up in flames in a house fire. I cried like a 4-year-old because my red one, my purple one, and my black one,
Oh
and my
no.
boots were gone. And a guy from Norway got a hold of me on instant messenger and offered me $5,000 for my red ring jacket. I went, it's gone. So if the jacket's going to be on, that's really cool, because I was going to say, if it's just an action figure, um I don't want to look like Kamala, but I can't look like Ted Arcidi either, you know.
There's a little bit of separation between the two, Len. I'm sure we
You
can
know what you do?
get a
Look
happy
at me
medium.
look at me in 1990 if you want to do the action figure off of that. My match against Playboy Buddy Rose and my match against The Undertaker. You especially my match against Playboy Buddy Rose. You want to take it off of that? I would really appreciate it, because I was all gassed up. I was all gassed up, man. I was power lifting. You know what I mean? I had the syringe going and the whole nine. So I was all
I mean,
gassed
for the
up.
people that don't know, right? And I'll be surprised that people that follow this line will not know that you are actually Undertaker's first opponent.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was November 19th, 1990 in Rochester, New York. And you know what? And everybody always asks me, they want this magical story. They want this big Hollywood thing, Strongbow's making out the board, and he gets done making out the board and he walks away from it so I can look at it. And so at that point, I'm like his son. He's like my second dad, Strongbow. That's how close. 28 years. I mean, 3 months up before he died, we talked at least twice a month, 3 times a month. So I go up, I go, "Hey, Chief." He goes, Yes, Mr. Mancini." I go, "Who's the Undertaker?" He goes, "That guy over there in the black and the long hair over there." I go, "That tall guy?" He goes, "Yeah, go talk to him." I go, "Okay." I go, "Hey, Mario Mancini, how are you?" He goes, "Mark, nice to meet you." I go, "What do you got for a finish?" I get a tombstone. I go, now at this point, it's 1990. I've gotten the snot beat out of me now for 6 years. I have an attitude. I don't care. I really don't care anymore. So I'm like, "Yeah, what's that?" He goes, "It's a reverse pile driver." I go, "Oh, I've taken a lot of those from the Magnificent Morocco." He goes, "It's the truth. It's Morocco's finish. I took a lot of them." I go, "Anything else?" He goes, "I'm gonna walk the top rope." So I'm looking up at this guy, 6'10". I'm like, "All right." He goes, "Look, I'm gonna put you in an arm bar and you're gonna have to keep your elbow locked out." He goes, "If your elbow collapses, I fall off the top rope." I go, "Yeah, you're not gonna have to worry about that." He goes, "Anything else?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna clothesline you backwards over the top rope." And I went, "Okay." And I walked away and I sat down and I went, I never did that. 6 years, I never did that.
Whoa.
So now I'm sitting there. I can't ask anybody. I'd be embarrassed. Been there 6 years. So I sit there and say to it, and I know you guys are going to go back and watch the match, and I want you to. So now I say to myself, if my waist is level with the top rope, I'll go right over back. So now he chokes me, gets me against the ropes. The referee yells at him. He turns to like he's going to attack the referee. And nobody catches it until I point it out. They'll literally look at me, guys, and go, "What? 10 times I never saw that until you said it." So now he goes like he's going to attack the referee, and I push down the top rope, and I even did one of these. Make sure I was going to fall on anything, like a chair was there or something. He gives me the clothesline, and I go right over. but nobody catches that I pushed the top rope down and looked behind me and make sure I was going to fall on anything until I pointed out. So,
I know what I'm doing after we're done here.
I know. I was just thinking that same thing.
So, I got really upset on that Hall of Fame speech because the phone, like when Hogan died, went off like a slot machine. And I did 3 local news interviews and Newsmax on Thursday. And so his Hall of Fame speech, he said, my first night there really had to take it to a jobber because he screwed up the match. And when I came through the curtain, Vince called me an a-hole, that I took it to the kid like that. My phone starts blasting. That was you. I go, hell no, that wasn't me. My match was seamless. Maybe it was the kid after me that night, but that wasn't me. No, that was not me. He did not take it to me. You know what I mean? So, and I took one wrong bump in that match too, because when he came off the top rope and gave me a forearm to the back, I should have pancaked, and I took a back bump.
I think I remember that. I was watching that match the other day.
I should have pancaked, and I took a back bump from it. Only people inside the business know something like that. The fans don't, But.
Well, we do look forward to seeing you at WrestleCon in the future and seeing the figure on your table for some autographs. How about that?
Yeah, well, what I offered to Shawn, because it is a limited amount of action figures because of the cost of making these is extremely high, and I still don't think what the tariffs are going to do on this thing. So,
yeah, don't worry about that. I'll handle it.
Yeah, so the cost is still going to be extreme. I want people to know the honest truth, and I have a reputation on the hundreds of podcasts that I've done, and I do a podcast with Roma called Power and Glory every week, and we're all about the truth. It really is going to be very expensive to do this. And I had offered Shawn, because of the limited amount of action figures, that I would sign each and every one of them if he wants me to. But this is the man right here on the bottom of my screen. He's going to be making the action figure. I'm at this man's mercy.
Well, he'll make sure to emphasize that porn stash. Mario, we do appreciate you being on. Thank you for the stories. We greatly appreciate that. And I know everybody listening, it does as well. We do have to get along, but thank you. And we would love to have you back on with Shawn onto our show, Fully Posable Wrestling Figure Podcast. We'd love to have you on to promote that figure as well.
Well, listen, I'll come on anytime you'd like. On September 20th, I'll be going to Canada for a convention. If you guys want to send me any coming
LWA,
soon.
I know this one. LWA with JF Leduc, a good friend of mine.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to send me any coming soon, anything I can put on my table, like you said, I thought WrestleCon was going to be in Philly, but for some reason Philly pulled out, and I guess it's back in Vegas.
Yeah, back in Vegas next year.
Yeah. So and Roma and I and Jimmy Powers, I don't think Powers has an action figure yet. The Young Stallions will be there, and I'll be there with Roma. So hopefully by then, we can get them along. But this is the God's honest truth. This is not a gimmick. This is not a, you better get it fast. There truly are going to be a limited amount of these action figures.
Yeah.
So that is the truth. There's not going to be a mass production of these things. So whoever gets them, they're going to be worth something. Unfortunately, you have to wait for me to die for them to be worth a lot. But
no.
No,
that's not happening anytime soon, Mario. But Go ahead, Joe, real quick.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I just wanted to thank you for coming on. It was good talking to you, and I loved hearing these stories. And
We're like
I'm looking
kids
forward to
around a
working on your
campfire.
stuff. Yeah, seriously,
you
that's
know,
what it feels like. Yeah.
I appreciate it, and like I said, it's going to mean the world to me just to hand one to my grandson and hand one to my brother.
I love that so much.
You know what I mean? It's gonna mean a lot to me, and a lot of people ask me, especially when I do TikTok lives. They go, "Hey Mario, do you have an action figure? Hey, is there an action figure I can get? Did you have an action figure?" So, hopefully, because I have to say, and thank God, and I'm extremely thankful for this, that back in the 80s, as I was standing in the ring in St. Louis, and I swear to you, this guy took 3 seats and he had 4 hot dogs. And the red light wasn't on yet, and Finkel's in the middle of the ring, and he screams up from his front row. He goes, "Who's gonna beat your ass tonight, Mancini?" And and Kamala comes, and it just so happens Andre came out in the middle of that match. And Jimmy starts coming down the aisle, and I'm a baby face, right? And I look back at the guy in the front row, and I go, "You want to wrestle him?" And he goes, "Hell no!" And then sit there, shut up, and eat your hot dogs. You know what I mean? So,
Boom.
so that's how we were looked at back then. Today, we are so respected. People thank me all the time about my contribution and what I did. And you know what? I'll leave you guys with this. I can't draw you a house. I can't, but I can build you one. I can build you one.
Perfect way to end it, and we do
I love
appreciate you. I would love to have you back on our show and go over more stories, because again, like Joe and I were just talking about, we're like kids around a campfire just listening to these stories. So.
Absolutely.
Well, and listen, I live the life. See? See that? I live the
You're living the gimmick, brother.
Shawn, if you want to do me a big favor, I've given up on American women. If you can find me a nice Asian woman over 40, I'd appreciate it. I'm looking in the Philippines right now, but any kind of
Well,
Asian.
okay. I'm working something, with the Philippines promotion.
Yeah.
If you want to come along one time, I'll talk to
Yes.
the promoters, and then we'll see what to do.
I'll pay for my own plane ticket. You guys take care.
Mario, thank you very much.
All
Yeah,
right.
man.
What a way to kick off San Diego. Well, KWKCon. We got
I
porn
gotta say,
stashes.
maybe I'm a big old softy, but I was getting like a little teary-eyed when he was talking
Yeah.
about how much it's gonna mean to his grandson and his brother
I
and stuff.
know.
And I was like, man,
See,
this
that's the
is-
thing, right?
I love
And
it.
when Leonard and I got together and talked about this, and the good thing is, there are wrestlers that don't understand about production cost and everything. They just want their bits. And Joe, we talked about this all the time.
Mhm.
And Leonard just it's been very, very laid back about it. He just wants bigger me. He told me why. And I do have to admit, I really appreciate that, he is willing to do this, because he knows, even though it's limited edition is going to be expensive, he knows how much it's going to cost. I mean, I laid it out to him, literally. So, these kind of stuff, it's very transparent, which most people will know anyway. So there's no point to like covering anything. So, so I want to be very, very upfront with him, and he understood that. So
By the way,
that means a lot to me.
By the way, Joe, can you make 2 Mario Mancini Frankensteins? That'd be great. Send one over
I
my
think
way.
I'm gonna need to make 3, because was it Roma's daughter? She's
Roma's
probably
daughter,
the main
yes.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So,
Well, that
yeah, we'll
isn't-
figure that out.
Thanks, man. Well, that isn't it for our guest. Our next guest is coming up. And Scott, would you be able to admit to, please?
Yeah, that was a surprise.
I know. Who is Tim's iPhone. All right. Well, there you go.
Yay! Guess who this is?
Sean, would
Wow,
you like
hi.
to Sean,
I
would
can
you like to
barely
introduce-
hear-
Static for this one. I'm on
Can you-
sugar high today. That's why.
Can you hear us now?
I got you.
Okay. Joining us live is former WWE talent Jameson.
Actually, WWF.
I apologize. It's kind of gotten into the lingo as sorry. Jameson, welcome.
Thank you.
You are getting an action figure from Shawn.
I hear that. Crazy.
He just signed you out of the blue, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, my first question is have you forgiven the berserker for throwing you off that roof that one time?
Recently, I saw him at a show.
Mm-hmm.
What a sweetheart of a guy. So yeah, I forgave him. He wanted to reenact it, and I said, I'm just not able to at this time.
Gotcha.
We're gonna be able to with KWK figures.
Yeah, we are able to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
I
got
was
the
thinking
Berserker
that if I
figure, and
had-
then we have your figure.
Mhm.
If I had a figure, he could throw it off the roof. It was, yeah.
Call
Yeah.
Joe. I forgot about that. You should make it a 2-pack, Sean.
Yeah, right.
I'll probably would need to talk to John about that. Hey, you know what? I do have. Ooh, let me just get that here. This one
Wow.
we didn't
Yes.
make. This
Mhm.
color we didn't make. So maybe
Wouldn't that be
Maybe.
something? Yeah.
maybe just we haven't decided yet, but we'll see. But we're definitely making yours, so that's for sure.
Okay.
Jameson, I was watching an interview of yours, and you mentioned that Sensational Sherry was one of your best friends in the business when you were working at WWF.
Yeah, she was a sweetheart. And we had a lot of things in common in terms of ducking out of the nightlife scene. So it was a natural for us to become friends, and we worked a lot together. She beat me up quite a few times. Yeah, she was a sweetheart. I got a Christmas card from her every year.
Aw.
Yeah, it was. She was one in a million.
Sensational Sherry has had action figures in the past. Have you ever collected any of those?
I never did. It's such a. I was an actor. I was not looking to get into the wrestling business, although I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. But I was, Vince hired me, saw me in a show, an improv show, and signed me to a contract, and I did whatever they told me to do. And but I never did. I never was that. We were poor growing up. No, I'm just kidding. But
so did you was there ever talk of you getting an action figure through Hasbro because you were
there was leading up to my final contract, which was the Royal Rumble. I actually spoke to people about it, and there was some like prototype contracts that were given to me and stuff, but I never quite appreciated, because I was an actor and I was losing a lot of work because they were putting me on the road at that time, and it was kind of a mutual parting of the ways. And I thought back to that, like how that may have been a mistake. But you get one shot in this life, and at the time I thought I was making the right decision to get back into this. I was missing a lot of auditions and things like that. So but yeah, there was talk of it. Wow, that's a long answer for such a short question.
No, I go into detail. We love it, man. I mean, I watched a lot of interviews with you, and it's great hearing these stories from your time back in WWF. Shawn, did you go to Jameson? Did you approach Jameson regarding his?
I did.
All right, Jameson, I got to ask, when Shawn reached out to you, what was your reaction?
Wow. a little bit of disbelief, but not. Shawn's such a great guy. I did a little bit of checking on him in terms of wrestling people that I still in contact with. Anything about Nate? There wasn't one person who had anything negative to say about Shawn. And the guy who promotes me for shows, and I don't do many of them, actually said he had actually reached out to Shawn at one time. So I felt very comfortable, but a lot of disbelief. Just like when they inducted me into the New England Hall of Fame.
Yes.
When Joseph Bruin, who ran it or runs it, reached out to me, I was like, who's interested in me? And he's like, you kidding? It's funny because I would, from time to time, get a call from a friend saying, they're trying to find the actor that played Jameson. And I was like, yeah, I never really put much thought. I'm so non-tech savvy, social media savvy, all that. Just never really realized just how many people Jameson reached and who appreciated him.
The nostalgia bug with all of us 80s, 90s kids, that nostalgia bug just runs.
Yeah. Oh my, so it's crazy.
We hold on to a lot. Like we just had a previously former WWF wrestler Mario Mancini on, and everybody just, we all remember Saturday morning sitting there with our bowl of cereal, and it takes us back to that happy times. Now, fast forward to you, you also added to those happy times of primetime wrestling and, the character of Jameson on our TV.
What a sight he was.
Exactly.
I got to hear some Bobby Heenan stories.
It's funny. I was playing that character in the show, that exact character. And Vince was at the show, and it was kind of like one of those dinner theater things where the scenes rotated through each dining room. So we had to do each scene like 6 times. And I recognized him right away sitting there. And I had him rolling on the floor. And I, of course, thought ahead. And this was a Saturday night thinking, wow, wouldn't it be great if I really impressed him and he wanted to maybe do, have me on the show, do something. I mean, Jameson is the furthest thing from a wrestling character than you can get. And sure enough, by Monday morning, I'd forgotten about it. And sure enough, they called the theater that Monday, the following Monday, to say, hey, can you come down? We want you to meet Bobby Heenan, see how you guys work together. And just a lot of surprises for me in terms of the interest.
You worked with Bobby quite a bit. Do you have any story that stands out to you as far as Bobby?
One of the things I really loved doing was making him break character, because he was so steady. I mean, he could have been anything he wanted to. He could have had a big career in Hollywood if he didn't go the wrestling route. He was the king. I mean, they were always trying to find somebody that could, could go back and forth with him, more or less. And there were some moments where I cracked him up where we had to reshoot something. And those are the fondest memories I have. He was, he had a lot of respect for me, I know, as an actor. And that meant a lot to me because he was the guy. As much as Vince was the guy, Bobby could make or break you in 30 seconds. And I'm happy he made me. That didn't break me.
I'm going to turn it over to Joe and Shawn now. Can you guys go into what's your thought process regarding the Jameson figure that you guys are going to produce?
Okay, so basically, currently, Jameson figure is slated for Club Kfabe exclusive. But after seeing some of the responses, okay, James and I are in talks of maybe going with more figures. So, I want to see more response from you guys and see if you guys want it more or want it little. So let us know, and then perhaps I can talk more about this. So where should Jameson be part of? Would it be Club Kfabe or would it be Kfabe Heroes? So you guys decide.
And Joe, have you already started thinking about designs for Jameson?
I have, and I'm not like with Mario. I kind of know, I have that vision for Jameson. Such a unique look, and there's a couple different routes I could go, and I'm not 100% on it quite yet. Like that could be one that I see myself starting, and then after a day or two of work saying, you know what, let's go this way and just make it even better. So I'm very excited. That one's going to be a different one to sculpt. It's not, it's not the singlet. It's not like the same type of stuff. It's going to be kind of like the
remember, it's going to be an oversized suit. So that's something that pretty much have not really been done.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be
for that style of figures.
Like we have like the very Hasbro-esque like poses and stuff. I think this one's going to be a little bit outside of it. Obviously, still fitting with the universe because it has to, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, so is there going to be a tinfoil tie according to this picture?
I would love to. Honestly, I think that'd be very cool.
Ooh, you know what? That may work.
Yeah,
that may work.
There you go. I know the.
Oh, we need to sit down and talk more about this.
The glasses were very synonymous with that character, so you definitely have to go all in on the glasses. I mean, that was just. That was part of the character that we loved, So Scott has one more question that we would love to ask.
Actually, Shawn, I'm kind of watching the messages here, and it's kind of split between your Club Kfabe and the regular line, but it seems to be leaning in favor of the 1 of 500.
Okay. Ooh. Well, I guess we'll need to talk more about your new contract, John.
Okay.
Small sample size.
I really agree with what Travis said in the chat. I think Kfabe Heroes, there's a bunch of Bushwhacker sets out there that need him.
Yes.
A ton of people.
Agree.
It would look really good posed with those Bushwhackers. I know that's exactly what I'm going to do once I get the finished product.
That's why I make that post. Like, it says something missing in this picture. So, that was the tease.
And somebody else suggested Bushwhacker cap to include with the figure as well.
Well, that's a thought. Can we do it?
I can do it.
We did get a question.
Yeah.
How did Jameson being on the cover of the January 1995 WWF magazine cover happen if he hadn't been on TV since 92 and wouldn't be on TV in 1995 either?
Okay. Really good question. But it was actually 94. It was the 95. I think it was January 95, but we did that, I think, in November. So I had done one personal appearance for Vince. When we parted ways, it was, it was very mutual. It was a nice goodbye. It was no bad feelings or anything. I wanted to go in another direction, and Vince was getting, I know, a lot of flack from, the guys like Pat Patterson and that. What are we going to do with Jameson? He's not a wrestling character. A lot of guys had no use for me. Vince, on the other hand, thank God, loved me and wanted to continue doing, finding stuff for me to do. But when we shook hands, he said, I'm going to call you from time to time. Maybe we'll do something. And that's how that happened. I also did a a fundraiser for him. You know, whatever he would ask of me at that time, I was good with. That's how well he treated me the years that I was under contract. And I have an original contract signed by him that, that I'm looking to sell at some point. Yeah. Like now, no. Yeah.
Here's
But
$2,000, Jameson.
yeah, I got some really good stuff that thankfully I held on to. Because now that I know how this, you know, how popular, you know, all this throwback stuff and everything, how much money it brings in. I mean, the first show I ever did was the Hall of Fame thing. And I was just amazed at how many people lined up to get a picture and an autograph. It was 20 years later, you know, it was maybe more.
Nostalgia's a hell of a drug, I'll tell you. Wow.
That, yeah, crazy. Great memories. And, you know, it surprised me that they'd want to put me on the cover and all that. And I know Vince at the time was I actually shot a film with my buddy of Jameson when I left there. My big problem was that when they stopped primetime, there was no more studio show. I did everything in the studio. Mm-hmm. When they went to Raw, that's when they had to put me in the arenas. That's why they hooked me up with the Bushwhackers, because everything was filmed at the arenas, at the shows. And it was just, for me, it was too much travel. I couldn't do anything else. So I wanted to present him with an idea of something that we could shoot in Stamford. It was fresh off the Royal Rumble where the Genius slapped me, and I wanted to get revenge on the Genius. So I made this film. It's the funniest thing I ever did, of Jameson going to a gym and working out to get in shape to fight the Genius. I still have it. It's on VHS. I think I posted a couple of pieces of it. But just really funny, you know. Jameson doesn't have the money to hire a trainer, so he's trying to figure out how to use the equipment, all these different weight machines and everything. And it really is, you know, I make myself laugh watching it. It's pretty cool.
That's fantastic. Shawn,
okay, let me chime in on something, right? I really have to say this, because I don't think there wasn't one single skit that I have watched back in the day that I did not laugh with you in it, John. Like, seriously, like I don't think there was ever one. Like, every single one of them was just way too funny for me.
Yeah, that's sweet, buddy.
No, man, seriously, it's great.
It's very true, because, as I said, you know, you would see the Jameson character come on, and your interactions with Bobby was just classic. And I know, call me a mark if you want, but but no, it was so much fun. It was entertaining. It added to primetime between, you know, Bobby. I mean, Bobby was great. You know, we always say he's one of the greatest entertainers in the wrestling business of all time.
The greatest.
But the way you two interacted, just it enhanced the show, if that makes sense. So
yeah. Well, thanks for saying that.
No problem. Jameson, thank you very much. Shawn, I want to ask one more quick question. When can we start to see maybe some prototypes, some test shots, all that stuff of Jameson?
Well, we have not decided yet.
Okay.
We have not decided yet. Okay. Think about this. Right now, we're still at a phase where should Jameson be in Club Kfabe or in Kfabe Heroes? So what I would say is this, okay, give it a couple of days. I want to see a couple of days and see how everyone comments on our socials. And, you know, then next phase is, if we are indeed moving the Jameson figure from Club Kfabe to the regular Kfabe Heroes line, which is, or at least our tier 2, which is the limited 500 line, which we're going to be talking about. then that's the direction we're gonna go.
Okay.
But even that, I will have to offer John a new contract because the current contract is for Club Kfabe only. So I think it's we're gonna have a lot of talk about this.
All right.
Yeah, we got to go fast. You know how fast we are. We're all dying. Jesus.
Oh, come on, you're fine.
Hey,
No, I know.
you're
No,
not
I'm just
leaving us
kidding.
anytime soon.
I'm just kidding. You know, it's funny. Like, it's not funny, but that's one of the things you never see coming is that these guys, what they put their bodies through, legally and illegally, is going to catch up, and it's just so sad to see these guys dropping off.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I had no reason to look buff, so I'm pretty healthy right now, and that was just a bad joke.
Well,
I saw your picture before. That I think you were doing some running competition and stuff. You look really lean, like
at the
healthy lean. I'm
time.
not talking about the frail lean.
Yeah, at the time I was pretty shredded. I was like when these guys one by slowly but surely over the couple years I was there would see me like in the dressing room, they'd be like, Jameson, because I was in really good shape. I was it was it's so funny because I used to, all the acting work I got was of like mafia, all tough guys, but I would get a lot of auditions for nerds because of Jameson, and I never booked one job as a nerd. They were all as tough guys. So yeah, I mean, it was part of my acting thing and all that to stay in shape and all that. And I'll never forget Mr. Perfect. First time he saw me without a shirt in the dressing room, he was bringing me around to guys. Look at this guy. Look at it. Look at the size of him. Yeah, I swear to God.
Did you tell him that you hit a gym one time and it's on
Yeah.
VHS tape?
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's really funny too. When this was pre-steroid scandal. This was like, I'm going to guess 91 when the shit was hitting the fan, and they had a meeting. We all got these like memos to show up at the studio for a meeting that everybody's going to be tested. So I walk in and everybody's like, what are you doing here? And I said, what? This is hemorrhoids, right? And they were, no, steroid. Oh, okay. But everybody got a good laugh out of it. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Jameson, I want to thank you for being on.
I want to thank you.
Well, we got to also thank the man of the hour, Shawn, for
Absolutely
approaching you for even doing a figure. So
absolutely.
No, I really okay. Here's the thing with me is I really do appreciate every single talent that it's willing to sign with this little company based out in Asia of all places. That just suddenly just came up a couple of years ago, and nobody, and you guys are all part of this, and I really, really do mean it. Like, I really appreciate this.
Yeah, brother, you're a good guy. I hope you make millions.
If I make millions, you make millions too.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm happy with hundreds of thousands. How's that?
I would too. But unfortunately, we're not in the business of being able to make that much. That's mentality.
Yeah.
Well, Jameson, we appreciate you being on. So thank you very much.
Oh, you got it. Anytime.
All right.
Keep in touch.
Absolutely.
All right.
Shawn, you have been showing off a bunch of other figures as well. Throughout, and let's get into some of the figures that you have been producing that still are upcoming in the Kfabe line.
Well, we have Barry Horowitz in front of us right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this one, obviously, and then yeah, we got these ones as well. These are the production samples, which is why I have and Joe doesn't, and Joe is jealous. Yeah, look at his face right now. He wants to kill me, but he's now in Massachusetts, so yeah, you're always welcome to come to Beijing.
Yeah, we'll see if you're real tough when I'm over there, huh? Yeah. Jeez.
The 4 variants of Barry Horowitz still available for pre-order. I'll be heading down to the factory next week to sort out the final bits and stuff like that. Bonacano, obviously, it's doing pretty well for us, and really, really do appreciate. Nakano-san has been a blast to work with. She's one of the very few that actually go all the way out and like really help promoting it. In my recent memory, like she really did went out and go on social media and go, yeah, buy this. To a point. So you don't get a lot of talents that do that. They may every now and then just post a picture, but she will actually do something about it. And she was really happy with the designs and things. So it wasn't just the black one that she wore. We really looked into her career and go, okay, this outfit should work, this outfit should work, this outfit should work. So we really went deep with that, and I think
and those were some long conversations. We went back and forth on choosing those outfits for a long time.
I mean, imagine if we're sitting at the table, right? By the end of it will be a Royal Rumble. That's how it was. So I think she was very appreciative into what we were doing. So and I she did tell me before that she was screwed by another company, and I had to assure her that it won't happen with us, and so far she's been very, very happy with what we have done.
Well, I'd also like to get into some figures for your Kfabe line.
Sure.
Scott, if you don't mind sharing that. There you go. So this is for the Kfabe line. Can you go over?
Well, Club Kfabe. So what's in the plan right now? You see a lot of the mask wrestlers. So you have Metalik, Samurai Del Sol, Lince Dorado. Obviously Laredo Kid, Super Delvin, who I signed last year. Believe it or not, both Taka Michinoku and Yoshi actually helped on this one, because when I was in Japan, I was thinking about who I could put with Great Satsuki, and Super Delvin came in mind, even though he's pretty much lesser known in the Western market, because he hardly had too many matches in the U.S. soil, and I think he did have maybe 1 or 2 matches in ECW, if I'm not mistaken. So but majority of his base were in Japan, and more so in Osaka at one point. So that's where it was a tricky situation. That should I put him in the regular line, or should I put him in the Club Kfabe line? Again, this one is another one that you guys can decide. Should Super Delvin be part of it? In fact, Super Delvin, Laredo Kid, Lince Dorado, Samurai Del Sol, Metalik, or even Sam Adonis. Do you want these names to be in the regular line or in the Club Kfabe line? So we can definitely consider something with that. Of course, we also have signed another talent just 3 days ago, and it was Reno Riggins. For some people that don't know, I think people should know who Reno Riggins is. Like,
most people should know who Reno Riggins.
Yeah, he was very prominent with Barry Horowitz in basically in WWF shows, in the 90s or even in the late 80s, I believe. So, I honestly think that he also deserves a figure. And, it's something that I just basically and this one actually Wolfie D, a PG-13, who's coming out next year, PG-13.
Yep.
I talked to him. I go, hey, you got any hookups with Reno Reagan? So he was like, yeah, I call him. So he called him up, put us in a group, and then we talked. And then I think it was like within 4 days, he signed the deal. So yeah,
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, seriously.
like Wolfie is cool. I love him. I think I'm gonna get him on get him on either for the New York Toy Fair or the SDCC next year, because Wolfie is gonna be so much fun to talk to.
We're
He was
here
in the
for it.
chat earlier. I don't know if
Oh,
you
Wolfie
saw
was?
Yeah.
Oh, Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah? I didn't know that. Is he still on?
Yep. There he is. Just popped back up.
Hey Wolfie, how you
Yeah.
doing? We'll get you on, I promise. It's not the time yet. Don't worry.
Looking forward to sculpting you, Wolfie.
I absolutely love Wolfie. He's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
One other figure that we were very excited when you sent this over in the group of pictures that you sent over. Go ahead and share it, Scott, if you don't mind. Look how great this figure looks.
Yes, Laredo Kid. Mark did a very, very good job with this.
Mhm.
And Joe obviously did tremendous sculpting.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think this looks so good. And yeah, if again, this is one of those that people can decide, should he go into Club Kfabe or should he go into the regular line. So we have set now 3 different tiers. So and I'll explain more about it in a bit.
Okay. And there's the backside of the jacket.
Yeah.
So should
There's
we...
also the Sam Adonis one too that you guys need to show.
Yep, Scott's queuing it up right now. There we go.
Yes. I'm gonna say this. Sam has been really wanting this figure to come out, and he has been asking me about it, and
He was so
the
excited when we showed him the samples.
right
Like,
he's a
so
figure collector too.
Mm-hmm.
So and Sam is a good friend, and I really want to do something for him.
Mhm.
And I'll be straight honest, I really want to do something for him, and if we can get this figure out for him, that will be great. And that's something that I've been thinking about, and I think we will get him the American flag to go with this.
Oh, nice. That works.
Yeah. Just probably not with Donald Trump's face on, because he did a show. He did a show, I think, at one point when he was having this feud with Psycho Clown. He would come out in an American flag with Donald Trump's face on.
Mhm.
So probably we're moving away from that, but definitely get him an American flag.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get him the American flag. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Scott, go ahead and share that one. And would you be able to go into this picture as well?
Yes. This is Callisto Samurai del Sol. It's been in the back burner for what? For the past 9 months, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. And Samurai del Sol has already approved it. So, he's another good friend of ours as well. And
he's another one that was super excited, just like
oh god, yeah,
Adonis
he was
psyched.
he was on cloud 9. And I'm thinking about this, and if we release him in Club Kfabe with Lindsay Dorado and Matalik together, the price is going to be a lot. But again, what do you guys think? Should they be in the regular line, or should they be in the Club Kfabe? Let us know.
Yep. Well, we're waiting for our last guest.
Yeah.
We are excited about this figure.
He
Actually,
sent me an email. He's having a bit of technical difficulties on his side, so I don't know if Mr. Tanaka can actually come in yet, but he sent me an email, having technical difficulties on his end. So
okay.
I guess we'll just wait. We'll just wait for now while we move on to the next bit.
Okay. Scott, do you have the other pictures queued up?
Yeah, these are kind of the reveals.
Let's go through more of these reveals.
Let's go with that one with the 3 tiers.
The 3. Ah, darn it! I was excited about the one he actually just brought up.
Not yet.
All right.
I just responded in the chat, but I figure since we're kind of killing some time here, Dink is still coming. He's slated for 2026.
Yes, definitely. Dink is still coming 2026.
Yep.
So if you look at the 3 tiers of KWK retro figures, this is our plan right now. So we have the regular releases with multiple variants, including specific store exclusives. So, for example, with JJ figures, that's what we have with the limited 200 figures, along with the regular line, which is why, for something like Berserker, for something like Well Done, they will go into the regular line. And then if you look at the tier 2, which is going to be something new for us, is it's a limited 500 series, and that's going to be a single variant release of a specific wrestler. So that will start in 2026.
Okay.
There is a possibility, and I'm still negotiating with that talent's estate. If that goes through, we may have our first one before the end of the year, but we'll see.
Are there any wrestlers that are close to signing that you may do, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but may do a rush job on, out of curiosity?
Honestly, our plan right now, going all the way to the end of the year, if that one particular talent, that the estates decide to work with us, then we'll definitely do a rush job on that. But if not, then I think we may be going along with our current plan at this point. Okay. And then, obviously, I forgot to talk about, which is the Club Kfabe, which, reward program for loyal KWK retro collectors, invitation only. So
to add to the speculation, I texted Shawn my to-do list the other day just to make sure we were on the same page, and I said, obviously, unless so-and-so signs, because please let me know, and I'm going to start working on them like yesterday. So it's that estate that we're waiting on.
I'll be straight and honest. There are many names right now that we have reached out, and there are some that are in talks with us. Mm-hmm. So, it's a matter of a yes or no answer to them, and then a contract to them. They agree, then, voila.
Is one of them El Dandy?
I'm trying to think.
What?
No. I'm just trying to think. If I ever make a deal with Al Dandy, and this happens whenever someone throws me a name, and I would think right away, okay, does he fit here? Does he fit here? Does he fit there?
That's how your mind works, huh?
Yeah, that's how my mind works. And I'll think of, okay, so if it fits in a regular line, how many variants I can do with the guy? If it's in those other lines, do they work? Will the market be able to take it? Mm-hmm. And that's where my mindset kicks in, because right now, I mean, at the end of the day, people have to understand we have so many retro companies right now. Mm-hmm. And and unfortunately there are talents that I really, really wanted to make like a gazillion of them. But, can the market take it? Is the question.
Right.
I mean, it's an excuse me, it's another conversation that I had with the factory the other day. It's the same thing. So, the factory would go, hey, can you make like 8,000 of this? And I look at the factory owner, I go, you can make 8,000 of it. It's the problem that whether we can move 8,000 of it.
Right.
It's that sort of deal. So, that's where, that's why the tiers have set as well. And, we have already decided to move one of the, if not two of the figures that were supposedly in the Club Kfabe line. After seeing the responses, we have already moved them out to the 1 of 500 for next year. So maybe roll up the graphics. Okay. So that's how the new 1 of 500 works. For people that don't know. So one version only, each distributors will be given a limited amount to sell. So price slightly higher than the regular figures, depending on popularity. Some initially planned for Club Kfabe may be pulled into one of the 500 limited figures. So that's the logic. So, if we do this one, say for example, if we announce this one for Club Kfabe, the response strong enough for us to move to the 1 of 500 line.
Got it. So how do you said it's invitation? Is there a place to sign up or to?
No, there's no place to sign up. It's basically every single month, or every other month, I will review some of the customers' orders. Whether it's from distributors or from our end at Shop KWK. And some of the distributors can actually send some names over and go, hey, this guy actually bought a lot, so do you want to invite them and stuff like that. And if they got the email, they're automatically invited.
Okay. Some other figures that can you go back to that one, please? Thank you. I also want to go over some lineups if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Do you want to do remainder of the year or 2026?
Let's do the remainder ones first.
Okay. Scott's queuing that one up right now. You have already spoiled this one.
Yes. Well done.
It's your day. You can do that, I guess. Scott, let's go to the next one. All right. And
Orient Express is going to be in September, and they're coming out with 2 variants. We'll show that in a minute.
Do you want to show them now or do you want to wait?
Let's wait for a little bit. Because we're going to be talking about it.
Okay. And next one for October.
Flash Funk. Now, for now, we are working on 3 variants, but there may be a possibility of a 4th variant. I'm talking to one of the distributors who may be interested of carrying 1 more variant, so we'll see.
Okay, now is one of those variants going to be Too Cold Scorpio?
No.
Okay.
No, straight up,
right.
It's going to be Flash Funk.
Okay, so it's going to be 4 different variant
and we
colors.
have also decided that we are going to have a soft good mink coat on him instead of having molded on extra arms and the whole 9 yards. So we just don't see the point. So we might just want to give it a mink coat.
It's also going to look good soft goods. Like
right.
That type of coat is going to look
well good. See, before, right, there were always people say, oh, soft good don't look good on Hasbro and stuff like that, right? And then we came out with Takamishinoku. That's when people were raving about it. They loved that robe. So after looking at this and go, okay, you know what, maybe we can do something with Flash Funk that that doesn't require too much tooling to go with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of those things that some figures deserve the plastic.
Right.
Some figures look good with the soft goods. So
Right.
it's one of those, like, you kind of got to gauge which one looks better with the plastic, which one looks better with the soft goods. It's going to be all an opinion among your team.
Right.
So
actually, I have a question from one sec, Shawn. I do have a question that came across the board. It says, will club figures be sold on other distributor sites?
I explained about this before, but probably it's because too many of my posts sometimes people can't keep up. Basically, you can, whenever we have them available, you can, if you're not in Club Kfabe, you can contact any one of the distributors and ask for purchase. And obviously, whatever markup that the distributors are going to have, that's on the distributors.
okay.
Yeah.
And is it okay if we show off the 2026 lineup that's coming out?
Sure.
All right, let's bring it up. Here we go.
We haven't announced everything yet. This is only part of it because more names will be added on it. So we have PG-13, we have Dink, we have Buddy Landell, Alex Porto, Grace Sasuke, Kevin Kelly, as you see with Tenryu, who both were initially in Club Kfabe. We have pulled them out and put them into the regular line. We have put them out into Kfabe Heroes. And we have Great Kabuki, Aja Kong, and Kempatera. So, we are expecting more names to be added for the 2026 lineup. Now that we have 3 different tiers, we're expecting more.
Okay. PG-13 is going to be in a 2-pack, I take it?
Yes. If we're able to put Well Done into 2-packs,
right.
then
that's fair. That's fair.
That's the reason of it, because like a lot of people were talking to us and go, yeah, can you make actual 2-packs of tag teams instead of single packs? And afterwards, especially after Los Conquistadors and La Resistance, I gave it some thought and go, yeah, maybe we should go with that. So that's where we went with.
Okay. All right.
They look so cool on the 2-pack packaging.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Great Sasuke, when are you kind of early guesstimation gonna slot him in?
We haven't got that far yet. I'll be straight and honest, because and I know there's some excitement for him. I'm also in talks of another talent that may be able to go with Great Sasuke in a 2-pack.
Okay.
I'm in talks, but not confirmed yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And one other figure that I'm excited to show off, Scott, if you could share that one, please. Your
Great
rendition
Kabuki.
of the Great Kabuki. Yes.
Yeah. The great word from Mark. Look at that face. We have decided to tweak a lot with Great Kabuki at this point. So we feel that the whole headgear, the entire gi, the entrance gi and stuff, we just don't think they are more connected to the Western audience.
Okay.
Because they, let's be honest, the main market is the Western audience for this line. So we may eliminate that. So you probably will not see the headgear, with the gi and stuff.
Okay.
This is what we will have, and obviously the poison mist is going to be included, and the nunchucks will be as well.
There you go. Poison mist as well.
Yeah.
How hard was that tooling right there?
I don't think the tooling will be too hard for this. Yeah. So I haven't took this to the factory yet, but I think think the main issue is the face paint.
Okay.
The face paint will be the main issue. We will have to figure out how to approach it to actually get it printed right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And that's all your pictures, unless you want to.
Well, I guess Pat Tanaka is still having his technical issues. So, yeah, let's show it. Let's show
Okay.
the Orient Express.
All right.
So this is the unpainted render of the Orient Express with Kato and Tanaka. We did extensive work on Tanaka's face. I think Joe was slowly pulling out his hair like big time whenever I asked him to
That's why I'm
change.
wearing a hat. I actually have a new bald spot.
You've got the Kevin haircut from The Office going on up there. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you guys know I've talked about this before. Asian faces are very, very hard to scout. Mm-hmm. And to get it right, and we really want to get it right for Pat Tanaka, and that's where once he saw it, he was excited. He was really happy with it.
Mm-hmm. I know you're all excited about the Orient Express, but I did have to ask: any chance of Bad Company of doing any variants like that?
We'll see how this one goes first.
Understood. Completely.
We'll see how this one goes first.
Okay.
I'm not ruling it out.
Okay.
But if you're looking at this, a lot of the talents that we initially have to have for the main line, mm-hmm. at least have some sort of connection with the mid 90s WWF or early 90s WWF. Mm-hmm. I would say probably this year the only one that really doesn't have that is Ox Baker.
Okay.
And pretty much everyone else have been either in the mid 90s, mid 90s all the way to 96, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's one reason why you see some of the luchadors that we've signed, they're not in the regular line because of that. So that also raises a question as to, okay, how are we going to go around it? And that's why we set the 3 tiers as well.
I love the black gear on the Orient Express. That just, there's something about it that just pops on it.
And for the people that are actually, wondering, will they come with soft goods? That's also another thing that I will have to talk to the factory about next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The black gear looks fantastic. You guys did a hell of a job on that. Definitely my favorite out of those sets.
First time Joe was able to do a color render, that drove him nuts.
Yeah. It honestly, it was a lot of fun. I honestly, it's like the past week or so, I finally figured out how to do that and taught it to myself. And I'm sending Shawn like random sculpts that are not licensed or related to KWK at all. And I'm like, what do you think about this? And he's like, what is this for? And I'm like, no, I don't care about the sculpt. Like, what do you think about the coloring? I'm trying to figure it out. And it was fun. It was cool. And it was, I'm excited that we were able to show something from it. It's pretty cool. So yeah,
they look fantastic. You guys did a hell of a job on that. Do we wait
for
Pat?
It's unfortunate that Pat cannot be here.
Okay,
I think hold on a second, let me just have a look. I think I just got an email from him.
So there's the Pat Tanaka figure. It looks excellent. Love the pose on it. Good job, guys.
Yeah, he can make it. I think something is wrong with his computer or something. So
okay,
he couldn't get it. Yeah. So
okay, all right.
Yeah, we were.
He wants to send his apologies out to everybody. By the way.
Oh, Tom, thank you. We completely understand technical difficulties over here.
As far as the pose goes, looking at like the Mr. Perfect style, and I told Shawn, I think I told Shawn, or maybe I just did it and was hoping he wouldn't mind, but I was like, he's got to have like something, whether it's like a solid chop or like some sort of claw, because they were just so that was
Yeah,
that
you
was
did
just
mention
so
that,
iconic.
and that's
Yeah,
why I go nuts with
yeah,
it. You know me.
yeah,
I'll
good.
you know
Yeah,
in
I
terms of
was glad.
designs, a lot of times, unless I really have
Hmm.
something in mind. So, for example, for the well done, like first thing that came to mind because if they can do the double DDT, that would be perfect. So
Yeah,
that came to mind
yeah.
right away. But a
Hmm.
lot of times, I would just basically tell Joe go nuts with it.
Which is the best.
Then
I love it.
hey, you are the artist. I'm
Thank
not
you.
an art guy. If I'm telling you what to do and kind of like suppress your creative freedom, then what the hell is wrong with me, right?
But I'll say you're a very good second set of eyes. Pat Tanaka's face was a perfect example of that, because working on especially faces for hours and hours and hours, I'm looking at this thing and I go, I'm pretty sure that looks like Pat.
Yeah.
It doesn't look anything like him. And then I send it to you and you're like, yeah, his nose is too long, his chin needs to be a little bit further down, like whatever it was. You sent me a very specific list, and I looked at it again, and I looked at the photo and I said, yeah, what was I thinking? It was way off.
I
And it's
still
just
remember
that having that second
I
set
was
of eyes
very
is really
harsh, and
good.
I'm sorry about this, Joe. Like, I was
No,
very harsh
you
the
just
first
you
time I
just
looked at it.
said,
The
yeah,
first
you.
go, I said, hold up, this looks like Kim Jong Il.
Oh my god, I forgot that you said that, but yeah, yeah. Oh man.
Shawn, I got one for both you and Joe. Have you guys completely tabled the action mechanisms on your figures? Is that completely out the window, or is that maybe something you'll look at doing down the road? That was a question that came up on the thread.
Okay, if we are doing 10,000 figures released, yes, but we are nowhere near that in terms of sales. So unless you guys would want a figure at $80 to $100 each on the regular line, I just don't think this will happen. Because
I
remember, we are
personally
on
just
a
don't.
limited release.
I I don't hate the actions at all, but I personally
Right.
just don't see the reason for it. I guess like this is the way most people keep their Hasbro slash retro collection,
Hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest, if I'm taking a couple Hasbros down and playing with them, I'm not really doing the actions anyways.
Right.
It's gonna be a good work rate match. It's gonna be,
And
so.
Shawn, we question for you. We've had you on the show before, and there was early talk of doing maybe like a I don't want to say like a supreme or like an ultimate retro. Has that also been tabled, or is there still communication or still talk
Well,
of doing it?
that's where we're moving with the deluxe line, as you can see with the Berserker.
Mm-hmm.
So, it has been shifted to that.
Okay.
As much as I want to do, go, for lack of a better term, balls out with it.
Mm-hmm.
The market is the market, and like Mario Mancini mentioned earlier, and there's no way around it. There's also the tariffs thing that we have to be mindful of. So, the good thing is because we have this connection with the factory that allows us to.
Uh-oh. We
Uh-oh.
lost the man of the hour. All right, Joe, you've got to take over, man. You're second in
Um,
command on this one, dude.
So I don't know where he was going with that, to be fully honest with you. But
Sure.
what was it?
Well, let's go with the remainder of the year lineups. Kind of
Sure.
improv this on the fly, but let's go with the
Hmm.
remainder of the year lineups because we do want to get this. We want to remind everybody what is coming out later this year. So August 2025, we got Well Done, as Shawn has shown off the variant figures as well as he's been showing off at the beginning of the show. September 2025, we got the Orient Express with 2 variants, as you guys saw as well. Welcome back, Shawn. We're just going through your lineup.
Hey, sorry, I had a crash somehow.
Dial up, dude. All right, October of 2025, we got Flash Funk with 3 variants, and as Shawn mentioned, there is talk of a 4th. Now it's just early talk, nothing yet. February 2026, Tenryu limited to 500 pieces. Great Kabuki, as you guys just saw, with the green mist. There will be 3 variants.
Okay, before I continue, there is a question about Tenryu.
Okay.
Now, excuse me. COVID. Blame COVID still. I'm still recovering from it. I swear to God. So
dial up.
Yeah. So now I don't know if people look that deep into it, but Tenryu had different boots. So he had 2 versions of yellow and black boots, and also there's one particular one which he had some gold onto it instead of yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys want to see us doing variants on the boots on Tenryu, or do you guys just like, hey, don't care, just give us one Tenryu, we'll be happy?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I mean, the sculpt for Tenryu will have to be specifically designed because his body type is not like everybody else's. So,
can I add an opinion?
Sure.
Ask Tenryu. Ask Tenryu. See what he would prefer.
Yeah, he's a little bit more difficult to ask.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a little bit more difficult to ask. I'm not knocking a legend, but there are times, even when I'm talking to his daughter, I think in terms of how they work, they're still kind of working in the 70s, in a sense.
Okay, understood.
So that's sort of where the problem is.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, basically, we will have to decide on that, and in terms of torso and things like that as well. Yeah.
One person in the chat said just one color for the boots on Tenryu.
Okay.
So, just wanted to throw that out there. And Shawn, that's it for KWKCon.
Yeah.
I
mean, I want to apologize to everybody, on behalf of Pat Tanaka. We just couldn't expect what happened, technical difficulties and stuff. So yeah, I will try to get Pat at least to do a video later, when we have Orient Express come out, and do a video message so everybody can see it.
And you can bring him on the Fully Posable Wrestling Figure podcast if you like to.
Yes, I'll try to bring him over. I'll try to bring him over. He's not that easy to track at times. Joe and I had experience with that, and just so happens that I actually booked him about a week in advance to be on, and even that, we ran into this sort of situation. So
technical difficulties are the bane of our existence over here, so we completely understand, man. So Joe, thank you for being on.
We will definitely have something whip up with Orient Express next month, September. Yeah,
perfect. Joe, thank you for being on and adding your expertise, man. We appreciate you joining us for this live.
No,
Shawn, and thank you, appreciate it. I also want to thank our guest Mario Mancini and also Jameson. I do want to thank them and appreciate their time for being on and giving us those stories back in the WWF days. And also, Shawn, any final words?
Thank you, everybody that are supporting KWK. We've tried a lot, and we go crazy with our ideas a lot. And I appreciate that everyone, enjoy the ride. just to see how crazy we get with things.
Mhm.
Because, suddenly I have this idea and just let's go with it. And, people are like, you changing your ideas again? Like,
You guys should have seen his
and
ideas when he was at the height of COVID. I was just like, oh boy, all right, Shawn, relax.
He's got way too much time on his hands.
well,
Well, it was also the
I'm
fever
actually,
dream types of ideas
I,
too.
I,
You know?
okay.
So-
So here's another thing that I'm working on, and that still requires further negotiations and further work that I need to look at. But it will involve something digital. I've sort of set my mind to it, and that's the crazy thing that Joe was talking about, because like I was
it's
literally
not a
at the
terrible
hospital.
idea, but when you first presented it and just like how excited you were, and like it just
And
I feel like
was
we can't go
literally
far enough
waiting to
into
see
it
the
for people to
doctor at the
understand,
hospital,
but,
right? I
yeah.
sent a message,
Yeah.
hey, think about this. Think about that. And they were like, don't you think you should be resting? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I was like,
So,
like,
and
Shawn,
then
go
the
take a
next
nap,
couple of
buddy.
days, right? I was literally in bed because, I mean, besides going to the bathroom and everything else, I was in bed.
Yep.
And I was still had my phone on. And then, see, I can see Joe's face right now. Let's shake his head.
Oh,
And that's
man.
exactly what I was doing. I just keep on like having these ideas, because you guys know I got ADHD. I can't sit still, in
Right.
terms of, once I got these ideas, it's go boom, boom, pound, So that's just what it is. And, I think this new idea, I was talking to Off-Spaker's daughter about it before the show. And she saw something that I sort of work on, and I sent it to her. She was excited. So, yeah, it's sort of interesting.
Is it your
I showed you
variation
guys
of the
before.
boo-boos?
No, I showed you guys on it. I showed you guys on that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's something that I think, if it comes to fruition, it'll definitely something for 2026.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Shawn, you have done some marvelous work. You have been crushing it lately. I mean, and Joe has been showing off the Berserker figure and how great that looks. The well done figures in the 2-pack look fantastic. You guys have been doing some marvelous, marvelous work recently, and we look forward to everything that's coming out.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
We try.
We appreciate everybody in the chat as well. So thank you guys for being on. And that
hold on a second. Before we
What?
end, I still have to choose a winner.
Yeah.
Joe, what's he doing?
he's gonna pick me as the winner for
Oh yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
you choose the winner.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, how do I choose the winner?
You choose a winner. Best comment. Choose one with the best comment.
Best comment. All right.
Besides
hold on.
you.
Yeah. Who's JPD Customs? Is that? Oh no, sorry. That's not. All right.
Hold on. Pat Nanaka said he's trying to connect, but he cannot connect it. Is he inside?
No.
Hold on.
This is good. This is giving me a chance to
Pick a winner
decide here.
I just send him a message and tell him to try to connect it. You'll be in the waiting room.
Nothing yet.
Still no? Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Well, let's choose the winner first. How about that?
All right. Let's
All
do
right.
that.
Let's choose the winner first.
Joe?
I think that I saw some good stuff. I feel like
Choose the best comment.
Do the comments disappear after a while? I feel like I'm not seeing the one I was thinking of, but So I brought it up earlier when we had Jameson on.
Yeah.
Let's go with Travis Fowler. He brought up some good points here about, needing a lot of people needing the Jameson to go with the Bushwhackers. I thought that was a good point. He also said we need to do a KWK balcony set, so I guess I'm gonna start working on that. So yeah, I think that's the winner right there. I don't know if he's still in the chat
Travis
or not.
Fowler it is. Congratulations.
Okay, Travis, you're gonna win the Max Moon, and Shawn, you have to autograph it too. Make sure you use paint pen too.
Oh, was he the one that
okay.
asked about that? That would be awesome if he was.
I can't sign the card though because the card is already inside.
Oh, gotcha.
So
just put in a little post-it note with your signature on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can sign the back.
There you go. Or
I can sign the back.
Or a sticky note. Just get a sticky note.
Oh, he is still in there. Nice. Congrats, Travis.
Yeah, Travis. Congrats, dude.
Is Pat in the waiting room now? He sent me a message.
No, nothing yet.
His side is really having issues. Because he sent me a message saying, "Okay, see you soon."
Yeah, unfortunately, Pat Tanaka is not in. Former AWA Tag Team Champion Pat Tanaka.
Yeah. Because initially I planned to bring Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond together, and Paul Diamond had he had some personal stuff that he gotta do because he's got to move house, so he can make it, and so and once I talked to Pat Tanaka, he go yeah I can come and stuff. So
okay, well, still nothing yet from Pat.
But yeah, I actually, believe it or not, I actually sealed these bags myself.
Dude, that's awesome.
So this is okay. So let me tell you guys a little funny story about this. All right. So when I was shown these figures that were errors, and it was about 10 minutes before I was heading to the factory. The factory owner was in a panic mode because I was there for QC check. And then once I got there, he go, "Okay, we got a problem." I look at him, how big of a problem now? Because we're already kind of like, I think, a week delay. So he was hitting a panic mode because he kind of see me like a big brother, and I'm also his drinking buddy. So he was kind of like, "Oh shit, yeah." So I was like, how bad was the problem? So he was like, "Well, the chest decal, the colors were off." I go, "How off?" So he showed me, and because I'm red green colorblind, you guys know that.
Right.
So I looked at it and go, "Yeah, it looks fine." He goes, "No, it's not fine." I was like, "You sure?" And then he took out the sample and then put it to the side, right? I go, now I see it. So I looked at him and go, "So how many of these were made?" Go, 22. I go, "Put them on the side for me, put them in a thick plastic bag."
Ooh.
He go, "Why?" I said, "I have an idea." Because at the time, the whole idea of Club Kfabe was already brewing. And then, later on, once they got the bags ready, the bags were so flimsy that once I picked it up, the figure just dropped out of the bag. Like, straight up just dropped out.
Oh, no.
And I just go, ugh, right? So, then I go online and I look for these bags that closely resemble to what the old Hasbro mail-aways were. And so what happened was then, finally found them, and I had them sent over, and then I realized, okay, these are open bags. They have no seals. So next thing you know, I went online and ordered myself a sealer. So right now, I can actually do like a mini sort of factory workshop, a little sweatshop, which I'm the only worker in that sweatshop to do that kind of stuff.
You're wearing mini hats over there, man, between
Yeah.
final approval and factory and professional sealer.
There's a reason why a lot of shipping now, that I have to delegate to the factory to do it. Because I really just can't do everything on my own. Like when the line was at first started, yes, a lot of stuff was just done by me. But and if you guys have realized this time around, with the Max Moon, the delivery are more smooth, a lot smoother, and it's not like how it was before, where guys are like, "Hey, where's my package? Where's my package? Where's my package?" Right? This time around, it's a whole lot more smooth that way, because basically I don't really have to put a lot of my hands on to packaging. So and that's why you see a lot more business stuff suddenly just pop up from my end, and you see things a lot better managed now. Whereas comparing to, I would say, probably a year and a half ago, that it's a constant headache. I mean, ask Joe. Joe would know. Like, he came on when I was having headaches and stuff, and now it's like, there are stuff where I'll just go, hey, how about this? Work this. There's
things are so much faster and smoother now, and
it sounds a lot more streamlined.
Yeah, it really, really is. And I mean, putting out quality stuff like this figure has turned into one of my favorite figures, and it's like a fantasy attire, and it's just so cool.
And
it's
you
so
worked
fun.
on it.
Yes,
I
didn't do too much
we
with
sold
this
out
one,
of this.
But yeah,
we've completely sold
great.
out of this. I think only a few of the distributors have that. I was so worried that because I was worried that I didn't have enough for Paul Diamond. And finally I realized, okay, you know what, I have just enough for Paul Diamond. That's how scarce this is. So if you have not picked out the red Max Moon and you want to collect Max Moon, pick it, because once it's gone, it's gone.
Well,
and you're gonna need it to complete the Power Ranger Max Moons that I'm.
Oh God, here we go again. Like Joe has been petitioning for having more colors of Max Moon.
We need a green one, a pink one, and a black one now.
Yeah, keep going, dude. This is great.
Yep.
Sean,
how are we gonna have the pink Max Moon? It's not like Max Moon have boobs, right?
No, it doesn't matter. It's still gonna be him. We're just gonna change this.
Should we get Max Moon a skirt as well? How about that?
If you want to,
yeah,
I'm happy to sculpt it. I'm the sculptor. I'll do it.
Can somebody punch me in the head?
Well,
just knock me out.
I love the bond between you and your team, Sean. Well, unfortunately, Pat Tanaka could not make it on. We do thank everybody in the chat. We do thank our guests. Sean, congratulations on KWK and its success, and KWKCon. That is a wrap. KWKCon. It's KWCON. K with a K. Con. Sorry,
we got to rebrand this for next year, because this is like what, the third annual now that we've done this.
Yep.
So let's come up with a more fun name for it for next year.
KWKCon it is.
Because we got the Comic-Con, we got SDCC, right? So just kind of like SDCC KWCon, like let's work something on that later.
We've got a year to kind of workshop it. We got a year. So
yeah,
Joe, excellent job on your work. Sean, fantastic job with KWK. Thank you to everyone for tuning in to this live, and adios.